In the next 5 years, what we would like to do is to try to understand how growing up on farm and the use of farm dust, exposure to farm dust in very young children can really induce the protection from asthma. What we would like to do is to understand how this protection induced by early exposure to farm dust is really induced in these children. And we believe it's induced in the lungs of the children when they breathe this farm dust. Some things are changed at the level of some cells in the lungs, and therefore these cells do not react normally anymore to allergens, and these kids tolerate more the allergens they are exposed to later in life. And we want to go deep and look deeply in these cells that are exposed to farm dust, what is really changed, and how we can also use this knowledge to develop new therapies or new ways to intervene in young children.
Our specific task will be to look at the mechanism by which farm dust, growing up on a farm, how that can prevent the onsets in high-risk children. And for this, we're going to use various models. Because we can deeply learn how everything is happening, we hope we can turn this also into a strategy that might reach the patient in a couple of years. We are always very excited about our basic findings. I'm also a respiratory physician. I see patients with asthma. And to me, the big challenge is to make the translation from what we all know now and feel very secure about in the lab to actually make that or turn that into a preventive strategy. There's lots of research to be done, and there's many potential hurdles along the way.
I have asthma myself, and I have a 2-year-old son who is probably going to have asthma. He has a lot of viral infections. He was hospitalized many times. And it's actually fascinating to see that some things like farm dust or growing up in farms is actually giving protection to children and prevent them from developing allergies. So if we can treat very young children, prevent them from developing allergy and asthma later on in life, that's really everything I can hope for, and that's my main motivation and my main drive to do this research.